The organizing principle of the United States, and something that you are very, very intimately associated with, is the corporation. Your lives will all be about corporation, or most of them will be about corporations and sales and marketing and elements of a corporation. And that's how America organizes itself. And I think embedded in this is the central innovation of the Chinese. Pre-collapse of the Soviet Union, there were two organizational systems on the planet, broadly. There was the American system, Western system with the corporation, and there was the Soviet system, and in those days the Chinese system with the state. State did what the corporation does. And post the collapse of the Soviet Union, can we go ahead? Is that no, I think they removed that quote. Post the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Chinese did something very innovative. And if you've heard the quote, you might have heard a quote by Deng Xiaoping saying that it doesn't matter the color of the cat as long as it can catch the mouse. Have you heard that quote? Yeah. So I think what he was saying in that quote was that actually we will organize ourselves using the corporation, just like the West, right? But we will do one further thing. Inside the corporation, we will embed the Communist Party. So it's a hybrid. It is exactly like the United States as far as the corporation is concerned, and then it's got a magic trick in it, which is that inside the corporation is what they call the instrument of the people, what we call the Communist Party of China, right? And this does something fundamental. What it does is it allows the Communist Party of China to have a full monopoly on information in the country, which the government of the United States doesn't have, or the government of India doesn't have, or the government of most other countries doesn't have, because there's a separation between the state and the corporation. And this gives them a huge advantage in artificial intelligence. It gives them a huge advantage in all sorts of in cyber warfare, etc., etc. I'm just placing that on the fundamental, and goes back to the point I raised about India being a public good and being the biggest democracy in the world. We simply cannot afford a planet that doesn't produce under democratic conditions. Okay, because if democracies do not start producing again, right, they will not survive. Because the tensions that will arise inside the democracy, the inequality that will arise, the anger that will arise, will just collapse the democracy. So what is required is new thinking about how you start to produce in a democratic environment, which is completely different than production in a coercive environment. So we are going through all the states, and Kashmir is a state which is insurgency prone, right? There's a lot of violence. There's been quite a lot of violence for many years. In fact, that picture there is me putting flowers on the spot where almost 40 soldiers were killed by a car bomb some years back.
दो देशों के मुखिया इतना आत्मीयता, इतनी निकटता, इतना भाईचारा, ये अपने आप में +1 है। और ये +1 समझने के लिए कईयों को भी समय लगेगा।
उन्होंने कहा कि भाई मुझे तुम्हारे गांव जाना है, फोन पे कहा पहले ही दिन। मैंने कहा मेरे गांव जाना है आपको? तुमको प्रोनाउंसिएशन मालूम था? बोले वडनगर जाना है। बोले मालूम है वडनगर मुझे क्यों जाना है? मैंने कहा मुझे मालूम है। बोले ह्यूएन त्सांग, जो चीनी फिलोसोफर 800-1000 साल पहले आया था, बोले वो तुम्हारे गांव में जाके रहा था, और जब भारत से लौटा तो मेरे गांव में आके रहा था। हम लोगों का बड़ा दाता है। शायद 1962 के बाद चीन के किसी नेता का इतना बड़ा स्वागत उस दिन हुआ।
मैं चीन के साथ मिलकर के मेरे गुजरात में स्पोर्ट्स को और डेवलप करने के लिए काम करना चाहता हूं। मुझे चीन की मदद चाहिए।
Look, they are the bigger economy. I mean, what am I going to do? As a smaller economy, I'm going to go pick a fight with a bigger economy.
चाइना की इकोनॉमी हिंदुस्तान की इकोनॉमी से बड़ी है, तो हम उनसे कैसे लड़ सकते हैं? जब अंग्रेज हम पर राज करते थे, क्या उनकी इकोनॉमी हमारी इकोनॉमी से छोटी थी? इसका मतलब जो आपसे शक्तिमान है उससे आप लड़ो ही मत, जो आपसे कमजोर है उसी से लड़ो। इसको कायरता कहा जाता है।